Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I am going to be doing a makeup tutorial using some new products that just launched. One of them is the Natasha Denona Bronze Eyeshadow Palette, and the other being the Scott Barnes new matte lipsticks and lip glosses. And then I also am testing out the new Marc Jacobs mascara. There's one other item that I've talked about in videos previously. It is a new product, but I just recently got it in another color, so I'll be showing you the differences between those two. And I'll show you some swatches of everything. I'm not going to swatch the entire Natasha Denona palette because I'm sure you've all seen endless swatches and other videos that are dedicated to the palette, and then also on Instagram, etc., etc. But I will swatch the lip colors for you. I did not purchase the bronze face palette or the lip products from the bronze collection simply because I just felt like I wouldn't use the face palette. Of course, it looked very pretty, but I have so many bronzers already and so many highlighters. Not that I don't also have way too many eyeshadow palettes, but I couldn't resist. And without any further ado, let's jump into the tutorial for this look. You'll also be hearing my first impressions of all of the products, so let's get into it. I am so excited to use this palette. When it arrived late yesterday afternoon, I opened it up in my kitchen, which has this really good lighting for makeup, and it just makes the colors sparkle, and I want to put every single color on my eyes, but that's not possible. Although I have seen plenty of YouTubers use 5, 6, 8, 10 eyeshadows in a look, and I just can't do that. I like to keep things a little bit more simple, and if you all request it, I can do another look using this palette at another time. It has a full-size mirror that I've seemingly already gotten fingerprints all over. So to me, everything about this palette is just perfection. Now let's see if it performs like perfection. So what do I want to do? I think I'm going to do things a little bit differently than I normally would. I'm going to start with a deeper brown on my lid, the one called Magma. And I'll be listing all of the brushes that I use in the description box. So this is Magma, and I'm just pressing that on the lid. This is a matte eyeshadow, and it's going on really nicely. Extremely pigmented and smooth, as one should expect from Natasha Denona. It's not always the case. I have some mattes from her in minis that don't perform this well. I love this color. It's got a little bit of a plummy tone to it, so I feel like it really brings out the blue in my eyes. Well, my eyes are blue, but sometimes they look more green, and sometimes they look more blue or less blue. So my point is that it makes them look very blue, I think. Okay, so as you can see, I've gone into my crease. I have hooded eyes, so I've gone right into the fold and not above, because I'm going to be blending out into the fold and into the crease. This is a technique I showed in the video I did where I followed a Natasha Denona tutorial that she posted on her IGTV. I will link that in the description box. And this is what she had done in that video, was start with a darker shade and then blend out with a lighter shade. So I'm going to go into the shade Ridge or Suntan. I think maybe I'll blend out with a mixture of Suntan and Sundown. So I'm going to take my brush and go into both of these shades. I just kind of go dip, 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 dip into both. And then I am gently blending out the crease. This This is very pigmented as well, smooth. And I'm going to extend it out towards my temples. And take my finger and buff out the edges even more. Now I have a nice blown out sort of watercolor effect going on, which is nice. Okay, now we're gonna go in with one of these shimmers. I feel like I wanna go in with the shade True Copper. And Natasha always says that you should use these with either your finger or a dampened brush. I'm going to use my finger, and I'm going to pat that right on the lid over the top of that first shade, Magma. Wow. So beautiful. But I do want to see if I can get even more brightness in the center, so I'm going to go in with, maybe try Alloy. Again with my finger, and this time I'm just popping it on the center of what's called your mobile eyelid. So the part where your eyeball goes back and forth, popping it right on there. And now I think I want to deepen up the outer corner just a hair with a little bit more Magma. Just a little bit. Just sort of pressing the brush on the outer corners. And then sort of flicking it towards my temples again. And then I'm going back to that brush I used to blend out with the combo of Suntan and Sundown, buffing that again. And now I am going to use this shade right here called Beach. I'm gonna pop that underneath my brows. It might be too dark for under the brow, I'm not sure. If you have deeper skin, it'll be just fine. But I'm definitely more of a light skin, so I don't know. Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah. Too dark for my preference under the brow at least. So when that happens, what I do is I just take a little concealer and cover it up under the brow, just to brighten it back up again. And when I say when that happens, it's when I use a color that I think is too dark under the brows. Okay, so I like it. I think it's gonna look even better once I do the other eye and add mascara. So now I am just cleaning up under the eye. I'm gonna do my other eye and then we'll add some liner and do work on the lower lash lines. Okay, so both eyes are done, at least the upper lids are. And now for the lower lash lines, I am going to take this Buxom eye pencil in the shade Come Over. It's like a bronzy dark brown. It has a little bit of shimmer to it. So I'm putting that in my inner rims. And then I'm going to blend it out with Suntan, which is one of the shades we put in the crease. And I'm connecting the lower lash lines with the upper. That's why I use the wipe, because it gives me the perfect outline for where I should take my shadow. And then for the upper lash lines, I'm just gonna use a little bit of a brown liquid liner. This one is from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Feline Flick in brown, I think it's called. Super brown. And I didn't do any sort of wing, I just put a little bit along the top lash lines. Okay, so now for the tear ducts. What do I want to put in my tear duct? I'm thinking I will use the shade Silk. There we go. Actually, I'm gonna try it damp. I also want to put a little bit of the True Copper right underneath the center of my lower lids, just to give a little interest. And now I'm testing out this new mascara from Marc Jacobs. It's called At Lashed. I really, really like the Velvet Noir mascara from Marc Jacobs. So we'll see if this one is better or worse. It says that it is lifting and volumizing, and I need both badly. So the packaging is really nice. It's a very attractive mascara. Oops, I think I just went out of focus there. I apologize. The brush is nice. I'm glad it's not one of those rubberized bristle brushes or applicators, because I have no luck with rubber applicators. I don't know what it is about them, I always poke myself in the eye. One of those things where you are applying it and you go, oh, and then you've got black smudges all underneath. Always, only with those type of applicators. So I'm glad this one does not look like that. Let's see if it's a dry formula or a wet formula. I have to get really up close to the mirror. Hopefully I'm still in the frame. And it's not a wet formula. It's not a dry formula either. I mean, if I had to choose, I would say that it is more on the dry side, but not too bad. Right off the bat, I'm not super impressed. It's not giving me a ton of volume. It's fine. I like the Velvet Noir better, at least as of now. This is a first impression. It could grow on me. So this is the mascara on after 2 coats. I did go ahead and apply a little bit to my lower lashes just to see how it holds up throughout the day. Does it flake? Does it smudge? So I'll update you on this for sure. But now I'm gonna zoom out a little bit and finish off the face. So next up is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. I've shown this before in other videos, but I showed the medium. There's 4 shades, light, medium, tan, and I think deep. And I got the medium because I had seen swatches and photos online where the first shade, the light, looked extremely light. And so I ordered medium, and that too was very light. It was a very subtle bronze on me. Some of you liked it. I personally prefer something a little bit deeper, especially since I do use a self tanner during the summer. Mine has sort of worn off, and I didn't use a darker foundation today. I used my regular shade of foundation. I go deeper when I self tan. So anyway, Charlotte Tilbury did reach out to me and ask if I would like to try the tan shade and the brush. So of course I said yes. I had gone out and purchased the medium myself, but this one, the tan, was gifted to me, as was this brush. And I didn't buy the brush when I bought the medium bronzer because I have so many other brushes, but this is a cool brush. I like a retractable brush, and it's really, really soft and applies the bronzer very, very nicely. So this is my second time using the tan, and I really like it. I really prefer it to the medium on my skin. Okay, I am all bronzed up, and now I am trying out for the first time this Natasha Denona Mini Bloom Highlighting Blush. Even though I have oily and textured skin with some large pores in this area, I still like a highlighting blush, especially when it's such a pretty pinky coral for summer. So I'm using my favorite Samey Beauty Angled Blush Brush. And how cute is this packaging? It's got the little mirror. It's pink. And it had really, really good reviews on Sephora.com. So when I was placing the order for this bronze palette, I decided to pick it up. And whoa, that is pretty. That is really, really pretty. And I don't even need to use a highlighter. Well, it's supposed to be a highlighting blush, duh. But sometimes, even with the highlighting blush, I will use a separate highlighter. But no, I think this is plenty highlight for me. All right, now it's time for lips. I purchased 4 Scott Barnes lip products. 2 flossy, glossy lip glosses, and then I think the other ones are just called lip mattes. They're matte lipsticks. So I will show you swatches of both the glosses and the mattes. And yesterday when these arrived, I applied Commando and XXX gloss together. So I'll post a photo of that. Commando is definitely on the peachy side. So if lip products have a tendency to pull orange on you, I think Commando might just do that. So Strut is a little bit pinker, and I think I'm gonna use that. I like that these go on very evenly. They have a nice buttercream scent to them. And this is like the perfect everyday pinky nude for me. So this is the shade Strut Alone. I want to add a little bit of lip liner to it. Sometimes when I use liquid lipsticks, I feel like I don't need to use a lip liner, but I want to go ahead and use a little bit of this Marc Jacobs Nudist. So I think because we have a little combination of peach and pink going on the cheeks and eyes, I think I'm going to use the Princess Peach shade to make this lip look a little bit peachy pink. So this is Princess Peach. These all have a small brush applicator. And, ooh, I like this. This is a very nice combo. This is like my favorite kind of lip look, and actually makeup look. I am loving this so much. I hope you guys like it too. So I don't think I've talked yet about the packaging on these lip products. They're really, really pretty. When I got these, I posted on my Instagram story a comparison between this package and the Tom Ford lip gloss, and I was saying how the Tom Ford lip gloss is similar. It's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit heavier. I can't decide if I want to add a little corner lash to this look. I feel like I do. I know some people, some viewers hate that a lot of YouTubers feel like they have to add lashes to every look. I just want to plump mine up a little bit. I'm not going to add anything extreme. I think I'm gonna go put on either just a couple of individuals or maybe the Ardell Baby Wispies. You'll hardly notice. So I went a little bit more dramatic with the eyelashes than I intended to. I don't even know which ones these are, I'm sorry to say. I just found them in this little container and I thought they were perfect for this look because they're sort of winged and fluffy, and that's kind of what I wanted. So if I can figure out which ones they are, of course, I'll let you know. I happen to just feel incomplete sometimes without a lash. So I hope you all enjoyed seeing this tutorial and hearing my first impressions of these products. As always, I will do my best to try and remember to update you on these products, if I'm still using them, how often I'm using them, if I change my mind on anything. I will try to let you know that. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to my channel and a member of the Risa Does Makeup family, I would love for you to join us. Just hit that subscribe button and maybe the notification bell. That should help you be notified every time I upload, which is usually 2 to 3 times per week. You can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter under the username Risa Does Makeup as well. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you again very soon.